You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I felt like I had to stop in front of this van and have a moment with it. For this van speaks to me in all kinds of ways. This van is a bit like a psychedelic pop song. This van is a state of mind and a state of being and a way of seeing the world. It is an expression of a particular sensibility of what you might call flower power. And it says so much with its artistry and its playfulness and the whimsical quality with which it hints at a world beyond the default, when baseline reality dissolves and a new reality emerges in its pixelating wake, one that says life is bananas, one that says keep calm and carry on, one that features cannabis, marijuana next to Gandhi, next to beautiful hallucinogenic flowers, next to roses, next to peace signs. For all of these things together in the psychedelic Volkswagen van represent an intersection that becomes a way of being and a way of seeing that says no war, only peace and love. Keep calm and carry on. Let us get high. Let us practice peace. Let us be like Nisargadatta, who said the other world is this world rightly seen. Let us be like the psychedelic surfer, the surfer that reflects the lifestyle of the liberated self, as Timothy Leary says. Your future is right in front of you. Your past is exploding behind you. Your footprints are being washed from the shore. It's a non-depletive, non-extractive act done solely for the pleasure of the act itself. And that is the destiny of man, right? All of these things expressed in this psychedelic van. Now, as we continue to proceed, we start seeing counterculture figures of rebellion, even though some of their politics I don't agree with, but nonetheless, they represent subversive thinking that questions the status quo. And as we continue to explore its psychedelic rhapsody, we finally are left with the question that says, what would Scooby do? What would Scooby do? What would Scooby do? What would you do? Well, I'd go on a mythic search. I'd leave everything behind. I'd get my psychedelic camper van and take off for the great unknown, right? As Walker Percy wrote, the search for something else or somewhere else. The search is what everyone would undertake if they were not sunk in the everydayness of their own lives. And just to become aware of the possibility of the search, just to become aware of the possibility of the search is to be on to something. And not to be on to something, friends, is to be in despair. Not to be on to something is to be in despair. The reason people feel so lost, the reason people feel so disconnected is because they're not on a mythic quest. They're not on to something. They're not engaged by anything. They're not impassioned by anything. They're stuck in the everydayness of their own lives, and they're not even aware of the possibility of being on to something different, right? But we have no choice. We have to wake ourselves up. For as David Foster Wallace said, the alternative to this, the alternative to awakening and illumination, the alternative of cleansing our doors of perception is unconsciousness, the default setting, the rat race, the constant gnawing sense of having had and lost some infinite thing. And I will not go quietly into that good night. I will rage and rage against the dying of this light. Whereas once I was blind, now I can see. Now I can see. Now we must see. You feel me? Do you feel me? Stay with me. Just want to make sure that landed, right? Just want to make sure that it's sinking in, that you have no choice, that the price of admission is nothing less than everything. All right? Are you ready? Get set.